Prep. They are off and pacing, watching Bunny Lake to see if she repeats her Roses Are Red front end heroics, and John Campbell sends her up to the front, but Eternal Camnation is leaving this time. Always Cam back to third on the inside, then Carolina Sunshine is lining up with Molly Can Do It and Culus. The last one away, it's Eternal Camnation. That's going to the front for Richard Silverman into the first turn, and Bunny Lake is going to sit there second over to the quarter. It's three mares back for Always Cam, and the opening quarter flashes up in 25 and 4 for Eternal Camnation, and Bunny Lake right there in the pocket trip position. Always Cam saw that transpire from third. Two more lengths back, and Carolina Sunshine is following along ahead of Molly Can Do It, and Culus by two more is continuing to trail. Eternal Camnation dictates the tempo in the second quarter, and Silverman is rationing out her speed well. Bunny Lake right there for the two-hole trip. Always Cam shows respect, stays in line from third. Still lined up the trailing trio, Carolina Sunshine, Molly Can Do It, and Culus. 55 and 4 was the half, 30 seconds even the second stanza. Eternal Camnation on the way to the final 3/8. Bunny Lake taking the trip and content to be following along over into the final turn. Always Cam from third, Carolina Sunshine, Molly Can Do It, and Culus completed the field. They remain single file on down to three quarters. Eternal Camnation, Bunny Lake, and Always Cam. Carolina Sunshine fourth. There's three quarters. Eternal Camnation 124 and 4, middle half of 59 seconds from the quarter to the three quarters. They're in the stretch, and the sprint is on. Eternal Camnation. Bunny Lake is popping out for the final eight. Here comes Bunny Lake out of the two-hole. Eternal Camnation put to a hard drive, but Bunny Lake sticks a nose in front. It's Bunny Lake edging on past. Bunny Lake, Eternal Camnation. There's the wire. Bunny Lake looks like she won it by about a half a nose from Eternal Camnation and Always Cam. They sprinted home in 26 and 4. The mile 151 and 3. Bunny Lake appears to have won it. For Bunny Lake, the third race winner of the Breeders' Crown Prep Mares Open Pace at Woodbine. The Precious Bunny, 5-year-old bay mare from Lake Nona, at the venue where she won the Breeders' Crown as a 3-year-old, owned by Springtime Racing Stable. Co-owner trainer is John Stark Jr. and driven to victory by John Campbell. 10 wins in 17 starts this year, 151 and 3 for Bunny Lake to prevail in the third race.
In the winner's circle with John Campbell, driver of Bunny Lake. Last week, John, she did it with such aplomb, winning the big money race by 2 lengths and making it look so easy. It didn't look so easy this time.
No, we had to work hard to get by Eternal Camnation. That was a real strong last quarter, especially with the wind right at them finishing. I think that'll be one of the fastest last quarters tonight.
Yeah, 26 and 4 with the win. That was something impressive. Now, Eternal Camnation obviously came up with a big race today. Bunny Lake, a different strategy employed, and you sit in the pocket this time. What was your strategy?
Well, I think her best race is maybe off cover. She really comes off her cover quick, and Eternal Camnation, when she's on her game, she's very difficult to beat, and she's certainly a good horse to follow. So I was content following her to the head of the stretch and turning it into a sprint.
Now, next week, you're looking at big money back on the line. Would your strategy be the same? Would you want to sit in the hole if you had the choice to do that, or would you prefer to be on the front with her?
Well, if Eternal Camnation comes along, I'm going to follow her pretty much every time because she's, as I said, she's a good one to follow, and you don't have to worry about her stopping in front of you.
Now, the same thing comes to mind with Art Major. Obviously, you raced him on the front last time, and he was large doing it. Does he need to be on the front?
No, he doesn't need to be, but he certainly races very well that way, and when he can control the middle half, it makes him very difficult to run down from behind. And this is a track that's conducive to front-end racing. You have to be either on the front or close to it with that caliber of horse to be successful, in my opinion.
Well, last quarter in 26 and 4, you were close enough to get the job done this time. Congratulations and good luck in the rest of your drives.
Thank you very much.
And to the prices.